Hi everyone, I'm Sophie. I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And today I'll be doing a sharing on what is wrong views. This is the last of the refuge vows that is pertaining to the mind. And view is a way that you see things. So in Buddhism, it's not something simple or straightforward. When we see something, we usually throw in our perception, which is usually based on past experience that shapes and affects our thoughts, sensation and action. And then we'll throw in our expectations and our emotions. And suddenly, what should be becomes a whole new view that is entirely of our own making. For example, you see a dog on the street. However, from the past experience, maybe you have a bad encounter with another dog and think that all dogs are the same. That is your perception, and then you become wary because you expect it to do something to you, and depending on your mood, you may get angry or develop fear. So from a dog that you meet on the street, it's no longer a dog as it is, but it has become an object of fear or maybe anger. The truth is, it could have been a very friendly dog, who guards her house well and love playing with the children of the house. So by developing wrong view, you may have missed out the fun interaction with her. So this is just a very simple example, but developing wrong views, makes us miss a whole lot of things, potential friendships, potential opportunities, and potential happiness. In Buddhism, it is very important that we do not develop wrong views, as we will not be able to gain the relief from our suffering and, forget about spiritual attainments. It could in fact lead us further away from the truth and deepen our sufferings. Example, many come into the temple to look for a way to find peace, and they come, but the thing is, they will come with their own expectation. And then the people, expecting the people there to be like perfect and, to meet what their impression was. What their expectation was. And, to be like the perfect practitioners of Buddha's teachings. Then they'll get unhappy, and decide that when they find out that, things are not as it is, then, it's that maybe they'll decide that it's not for them. So they have actually come to the temple with their wrong view, and not understanding that each one there is actually working also towards finding their own peace. Each deciding, for themselves, the pace that they wish to practice at, whether how fast they wish to practice at as well. So our guru, His Eminence, the 25th Samtuko Rinpoche, had always said that the temple is actually a hospital. All the people there are the patients, and the guru is the doctor, and the Dharma is actually the medicine. So the people there are also the nurses, our Dharma brothers and sisters. And as in a hospital, there are nurses who are in training, and there are also mediocre nurses who just clock in and clock out just to earn that wage, that salary. And of course there are also nurses who are professionally trained and able to apply the suitable medicine, and who are very congenial, and always a smile on the face. So as such, in a hospital, we have all sorts of staff as well. So as such, when we come with our wrong views, no matter how good the doctor is or how effective the medicine is, you have already rejected, due to your wrong views of the nurses. So instead of expecting to be nursed, why don't you overcome your mind and be a good nurse to others? Then there's developing the wrong view towards the Dharma. As taught by Buddha in the Four Noble Truths, we need to recognize that we are suffering. We learn where our sufferings arises from. We learn the way out of suffering, and we apply the way out of suffering. So there are people, who are actually very stuck on even the first one, that they don't even recognize that they are suffering, and they refuse to recognize they are suffering. They live their comfortable life, evade the question of eventuality, which is death. As such, they are not able to fully accept and appreciate, what and how the Dharma, can help them. Even if they did, they will taint it, according to their wishes, how they wish to practice. And the scary part is, instead of creating merits, to sustain their practice, they may create karma, to bring more suffering. And then on top of my list, it should be on top of everyone's list, wrong view about our guru. Some people, come expecting the guru to teach the Dharma to make them happy, to pander to their ego, to always show them the friendly face, joke with them, gently encourage them to practice the Dharma. Well, that's not exactly, that is the greatest wrong view of it. If we fully wish to gain the most from our guru, then we should fully trust our guru, in his guidance of us, and he's here to benefit us, and so we should not subject him to our expectations. It's very difficult to battle our own deluded mind, our comfort zone and our ignorance. And what more, we have our karma to contend with. So there's no guru on earth, or anywhere, that will present enlightenment to you on a silver platter, as we like it. So we need to battle our own way towards the attainment. The guru is here, to guide us and to help us. And in his care, he may challenge us. If we hold the wrong view, then we will react against the guru, and never to gain, his care for us, and to fully gain, what our guru has to teach us. So having the wrong view prevents us from that head start, the speed, on our spiritual path that we could gain. So be careful, be grateful, that the guru is here, for our benefit. Realize that it's not the guru, but it's actually stemming from within us, the wrong views that we hold. Okay, how to counter the wrong views? Well, Dharma is the wisdom, to counter all wrong views. The Buddha has 2,500 years ago walked the path of virtue and gained enlightenment. So in studying and applying Buddha's teachings, the Dharma is to counter our wrong views. Everything is within the Dharma. And of course, having a qualified guru will help tremendously. As a guru will know where does our wrong view stems from, and what method to counter it, and how to encourage us to apply the method effectively. And with that, if you really are interested, you should really find out and join a Dharma center, to work on your own spiritual path. So, and also I'd like to share with you that if you have any questions, regarding Buddhism and all the practices, and are looking for a place to join, we do have a section at Rinpoche's blog, which is called Ask the Pastors. Write in, and your questions, will be replied by one of the many pastors that we have. And remember that your question, once you post it there, other people may share the same questions too. So you're actually also helping others, that when the answer is replied there, then everybody will get their answer. Then I'll post this link later in my Facebook page for your reference. So do visit and ask your questions if you do have any. And as such, I will end the session here. And if there's any questions, right, there's no question for today. And as such, I will end it here with a completion dedication. But don't worry, if there's any question, I'll answer it at a later time. Thank you. Giang ju sen cho rinpoche ma ke pa nam ge shi ke pa nam pa me pa yang gon ni gon du pe wa shu to ni to wa rinpoche ma ke pa nam ge shi ke pa nam pa me pa yang gon ni gon du pe wa shu da so ji ni sa pa ge wa di dan dan ro wa gu na ga pa je pa je sun lo san tra pa yi tam ping ni po rin du sa se shu ke wa kun du yan da la ma da dra mi jo ki pa la no jo che sa lam bang yi ngat te ra so ni do je chang yi no pa ngat tu su ke wa di nyu du da la ma sang yo tru yo ni ro wa ji ke ma lu pa de sala go pa cho ki ke po sung ka pa cho sun na pa pe wala ge ki sama si wa dang tung ki ma lu sa wa sho da da sung ye do sun da dre wa song ye la te ni ge wa lo san ka pa yi tam pa yu re ba ge ru shi ni mo de la sen de le ni mi gu nyan de la shi ni sin ta de la pa kun chu sung yi jing yi lo kun chu sung yi ngo chu su kun chu sung yi tra si sho je sun na ma ku sen rap ting ching nam ka tri ni cho shu ke ba da lo san tem pe dro mi sap sung yi ro e mun sa ta de ni yu shi ga we ra we ko we shin kam den pen dan de wa ma lu yu we ni chen ren se wan ten sing ge so yi cha pe shi de ba du de yu shi Hùng tông bị ngó trù mà lục bà đến đến đó là sau tu số cô đàn đem bà lục chọn làm cái bà số shik shuk tên sao. Thank you very much for joining me. See you tomorrow.